everything. I'm Steven Fairchild. I'm a freelancer on Elance, and sorry about the video. I'm not an actor, but I figured it'd be better to kind of talk this through instead of writing my proposal out. So I've got a quick checklist of things I wanted to discuss real quick. So I'll give you my name and background, what I think your requirements are, what I think my steps should be to kind of start off in the high level overview of the process, and then the timeline and communication for those. So again, I'm Steven Fairchild. I'm a PHP web developer. I develop in HTML5, CSS3, and WordPress. I'm also very experienced with MySQL and all database software. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've got a good portfolio on Elance already built up, so you can check out my history there. Got several $1,000s worth of jobs already, just in the last few months of Elance. So that's me. As far as your requirements go, Trulia is what I keep getting stuck in my head here. You're wanting a site very similar to that, which I'm familiar with it. I use it all the time because I'm actually in the market for a house myself. So very used to searching through the site, and I think I understand the basic requirements. So speaking real high level, obviously we'll have two different types of users coming in, your buyers and your sellers. We're going to need to build a platform that targets both of those very different dynamic audiences. So some of your sellers are going to want to upload big, bright, beautiful pictures, and some don't have any pictures of their homes. So we're going to have to target both of those groups. And then as far as the buyers coming in, they're going to be looking at everything from a $20,000 property up to a $400,000 property. So we got to make sure we're doing the right things to catch their attention, and keeping that in mind from the get-go. Basically, just getting the target audience down. So as far as the actual technical requirements, I see a big, huge, awesome database going on in the background that kind of handles all of our calls to it. I see a clean, responsive design, something very robust that's scalable for all mobile devices. I don't think I've ever been on Trulia's desktop until just now, so I usually use it from my iPhone. So we're gonna need to make something that's mobile friendly, especially for those real estate agents that are on the go and they use their iPads and tablets to do their work. So I can see that being one of the biggest requirements that wasn't actually mentioned in your proposal, I don't think. Again, sorry for the checklist. I'm just kind of going through some of the things that I'm thinking out loud here. But people are going to need to submit their listings. Remove their listings when houses are sold. Looks like the new software I wasn't familiar with is the IDX integration with the maps, which I think was through iHome. And like I said, I'm pretty new to that, but sounds awesome. I'm sure it's something I can tackle pretty easily. They've got an API for it. I've already done a little bit of research on it, and that shouldn't take any time at all. But that's another one of the things I'm pretty excited for. So anyways, on to my steps. I think first it would be good to kind of mock up the design, the overall design of the site. Just to kind of piece in where things are going to go and what you like where. As far as the user experience stuff. There's a lot of psychology and philosophy that goes into that, so we want to make sure we get our important stuff in the right spots on the page and our key elements positioned properly. So once we get that knocked out, we can move on to actually filling that stuff in with the beautiful graphics, the color schemes, the typography, all of that. So once we've got it kind of mocked up, designed out, and everything's looking good, we'll go ahead and put it all together and make it work. We'll program it all up, create user accounts, and then at that point do some strenuous testing to make sure it all works. Then install the analytics, which you called it out, Google Analytics, or whatever type of analytics for your seller to track who's actually viewing their pages is going to be critical. Me, if I was selling my house, and I'm paying I don't know if you're doing a monthly fee or if somebody's paying something to keep this listing on your site, they're going to want to see some results, and they're going to want to see people coming to that page. And if you can show them real live analytical data that there was 300 people on your page yesterday looking at this house just after you dropped the price from $40,000 to $30,000. That's going to be something me as a seller I would want to have that insight on. So analytics is going to be key for that. We can install that. Let's that's nothing compared to the stuff we've been talking about here. The analytics will be a breeze. As far as the timeline, I'm a one-man team. We're not. I don't outsource through India. I don't use any type of. I don't pay any subcontractors to work under me. It'll be me doing the whole project myself, which I don't have any other projects I'm working on right now. I'm completely available, so I should be able to complete this in 1 to 2 months if everything goes smooth, no problems. 1 month. Depends on how many revisions we have to work through together. It could take up to 2 months. So, a site of this magnitude, there's going to be a lot of different things we're going to have to test on and change. You're probably not going to like everything I do the first time through. We're going to have to make some changes. I'm happy to do that for you. So just, that's the timeline, 1 to 2 months. Communication with me, phone, Skype, email, text. I'm located in the U.S. However you can get a hold of me, I've got plenty of options of communication, and I'm online up to 16 hours a day on some days, minimum of 8 to 10 hours a day. So I'm always available. I'm on the East Coast, so it's 12:30 at night here. I'm still working. I'm on all the time. It's no problem. Price to get a hold of, price for what we're working with here. I'm thinking it's going to be upwards of $5,000, honestly. That can change. We'll need to discuss it a little further, but if somebody was to sit down and say, hey, I want to build Trulia, the exact website, that's what I need, I would quote it at $5,000. I'm pretty sure I could do it for that, no problem. So, if once we get discussing and your requirements come down a little bit, or you add more requirements onto the table once we get going, that price could change. But what I would like to do would be to set milestones. For instance, once I get the mock-up finished after week 1, payment is this, $500. Once the mock-up is turned into an actual design and a layout, another $500. Once we get the entire programming plugged in, another $500. Just because this isn't going to be a long, probably ongoing for you project. If you build a site like this, it'll never end. You're going to be doing continuous improvement to it throughout its entire lifespan. So. But that's how I would prefer to break it down. It's just in the smaller segments. That way, it keeps the project rolling along a little bit faster. That's all I had. Again, my name is Steven Fairchild. Freelancer from Elance, and hope you liked my homemade video for you. Thanks.